Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Jessie at Home. In today's video, I'm going to be deep cleaning my kitchen, which at first glance, it doesn't look too crazy. I've been really honestly trying to tidy up at night. I'm just folding these blankets that I put on this table after we washed and dried them. I need to fold them up and put those away. I'm going to be cleaning all my horizontal and vertical surfaces, so windows, baseboards, cabinets, counters, lights, you name it, deep cleaning some of my appliances as well. But first up, I really wanted to clear this table and get it clean because I want to repaint the top of it. We've had this table for 3 years. It's from Walmart. We got this whole set for less than $500, so that's pretty good. And we've had it for 3 years, and it really takes a beating because we eat at this table for every single meal. You really can't tell, but you can kind of see where it's discolored in some places, and that's where the clear coat has kind of come off. And you can see around the edges, this isn't a real wood table, it's like MDF. So I wanted to make sure we could seal up the edges so that it wouldn't swell. So I'm going to be using my handy dandy chalk paint, which I already had on hand. I'm using it in the color Primitive by I think it's Americana Deco Art, Americana chalk paint. I don't know what it is. I showed you the jar of it, but I always used it. I wanted to roll this on because I wanted a really good smooth surface, but all I could find was a paintbrush. But later on I find the mini roller, so after I do the first coat brushing it on, I go back in with the roller so I could get a really smooth look on the table. Usually when I do chalk paint, I like the thick brush marks because it just kind of looks more older. It gives it more of an antique-y look. But for this table, for the top of it, I really wanted a smooth finish. So right now I'm just trying to get the paint on there as smooth as possible. And then once I find the little mini rollers, I go back over and just kind of smooth out everything that I just did. And while the paint dries, I really need to give some love and attention to these chairs. Like I said, we eat every single meal here. We do have a toddler and a cat and a dog and people in and out of this house, and these chairs have really been through it. I'm trying to show you best I can some washable paint marks, my husband's dirty hands on the top of the chairs. Just trying to show you what I'm cleaning up. I'm just using hot water and a pinch of Tide in this little container, and I'm using one of our old bleached up rough looking rags to just give everything a deep clean. I ought to do this more often than I do. I just don't think about it. I'll clean the tops of the tables and the horizontal surfaces, but I forget to do things like the chair legs and try and keep the cushions as clean as possible. But we're only human. We become blind sometimes to our own house. We look at it and we're like, okay, cool, it's tidy. But if you kind of look in the corners where dust gathers, or the feet of the table, which I totally forgot to even wipe down the feet of the table or the table legs in this video. So right now I'm making a mental note, I need to do that. But I'm going around and just cleaning all of the surfaces of the chairs, and then I'm going to get out my little green machine, my Bissell, to clean the upholstered seats of the chairs. And this is the water just from rubbing the chairs down. It's crazy. I also need to do a deep clean of my laundry sink. It's looking a little rough from all the paint and stuff that I've washed out in there. But this little green machine does a really good job on just like little jobs. Like I wouldn't try and use this to clean your carpet with, but maybe like your carpeted steps might be nice. But definitely furniture and upholstery, it does an amazing job. Like it's easy to just put the solution in real quick and spray, and then it suctions all the water out. It makes it just quick and easy to get it set up, clean, and then also clean up the tanks and stuff. So it's not too tough. It's not too many steps, because sometimes I just get overwhelmed with having too many steps to just do something really quick. So this makes it really easy.
Guilty pleasure has a bitter taste. In the end, my friend, are you sure you wanna fight? Has got that time, not me. He is interested in patience. Oh, I'm a gazelle, always running, adrenaline in every blood cell. Some say I'm unwell, but I don't care. Oh, I swear.
Had to get out my handy dandy squeegee and window cleaner, so I could reach the tall bits of these windows on the side. I'm making sure I'm not hitting the painted table that's trying to dry right there either. I love this extendable pole to help me reach all the things I can't. I'm 5'4", so I mean I assume that I'm average height. I think anything below 5'4" is kind of short. Right, like I'm saying, like I don't think that I'm like a shorty, but I'm definitely not tall. I'm kind of average. But I definitely can't reach things in this house. We have tall ceilings in this house, and everything is super tall, which I really like the grandeur look of it, but it just means I need to kind of tote around a step stool to kind of get all the high places.
Don't care. Kill the lights somehow, or kill the noise, or do without me. Oh, I'm a gazelle, always running, adrenaline in every blood cell. Some say I'm unwell, but I don't care. Oh, I swear I don't care. Put all your stuff away and check out for the day. There's no time to waste when it's 100 degrees. Burns under my feet. Won't you have a drink with me? We head into town, see what it's about. Barely need a shirt, though the sun has almost set. Make the most of it. I know we will dance and sing.
This is another area that I don't clean as often as I like, which is these pendants. I don't love these pendants, but I haven't found anything to replace them with yet. So I'm just keeping things as is in my house until I find the perfect thing. I know it'd be fun to like change out these lights, 4 or 5 times so I find the perfect thing, but I just would rather spend my money once on something that I know I'm going to love and I know it's going to work than switch things out a billion times. But I also understand purchasing something and then later on realizing, oh, this isn't it. Because I've definitely been there, done that. So I think it's kind of fun when you can, switch out your furniture every few months or your fixtures every few months. But I'm really trying to spend wisely and, make good decisions, not make hasty decisions, because I am definitely one to pull the trigger on the checkout when if I had waited, I would have found something that I liked even more. So I'm just waiting to find the best inspiration and the best look and vibe for the light fixtures in the house. They're not horrible, they work, but they're just definitely not what I would want for long term. So I am definitely not happy with my painted cabinets. We painted our cabinets in October of 2020, and I did all my research, did all my prep, but I'm just not loving them. I feel like they get scuffed and dirty and scratched, and just they look really beat up almost 3 years later. I used the Valspar cabinet and furniture paint to paint these, and I wish that I had used the Sherwin-Williams line of paint, the enamel, because I feel like that would have done a better job. And I wish I had go ahead and pulled the trigger and bought a spray gun to do these. So who knows, when I get the time, I might repaint our cabinets, which I know is crazy. I had some questions about that purple light right there that's plugged in. That is for the gnats. Now we are entering gnat season and annoying fruit fly season. So we bought this little thing, and it tracks the gnats right to it, and the gnats go right where the light is, and there's a sticky tape right there. I think it's called Zevo. I found it in Lowe's, but I'm sure they have it in Home Depot and Amazon too if you can't find it in Lowe's, because I had to buy the refills on Amazon. I'm using this dark chalk paint wax on the table to kind of give it a faux brushed driftwood look. Right now I'm just trying to apply the paint all over. I'm using a chip brush, but then I'm going to want to use long flowing swipes of the brush and the paper towel to kind of give you won't see so many strokes once I get to like the fine tuning. I also wish I had let the chalk paint dry a little bit more before I had done this, because I see a couple sections after it's all said and done that I'm like, oh, I need to go over with the wax again. But this is a pretty good first coat. But as you'll see, I'm going to take the paper towel and I'm just going to do long strokes to kind of give like a brushed wood look finish on the table. Definitely looks better in person for sure. But yeah, I like this. It just gives it a nice, clean, smooth wood look. Since my feet were up on the counter, I am spraying this microban, and I'm leaving it on for the directed amount of time to sanitize it. Of course, I'm going to cut, and you're not going to see me leave it on there, but I leave it on there so that it can sanitize the countertops. I can't believe I missed that little area back there. And I have some banana bread that my son's girlfriend's sister, I believe, made for us. So she brought that over. She always brings over goodies like leftovers from her dad's house or her sister cooking, or all of her family is so nice and generous. They always like bring over their leftover food because they know we have a house full over here, and My son's girlfriend hangs out here all the time as well, and we just love her, and she's so sweet. And her family is so nice. But that's what was in the yellow bag and my cake dish. I had previously made some brownies in there, and they went really, really quick, so I figured the banana bread would do good in there. I bought some new silicone utensils from Amazon, and I also bought some new pans. Now I'm trying to save up to get the Hexclad brand, because I heard I need to do more research and more reviews on it, unbiased reviews on it, but I heard that you can use metal and whatever utensils on the Hexclad non-stick, and it doesn't scratch the pan up. So I really want to get those set of pots and pans, but they're really expensive, because we go through pots and pans so quickly in this house, because we are always ended up scratching them, even though we try to use plastic or silicone on the pans. Somehow we always end up scratching them, and then once you scratch the non-stick, they're pretty much worthless. So I had to replace a couple pans that were just scratched up beyond repair. Here is my microwave. We do use hover covers, believe it or not. Well, I do. I'm putting in water and lemon so it'll smell really good, and then we're gonna cook it in the microwave for 5 minutes and let it steam all of the gunk off of the microwave, and then it's just so easy to wipe right off.
Someplace where we can hide our space. Forget the world outside, just for a while, some way. We will be fine, safe place, just you and I, always. I will wait for us to collide. It's perfect, but we are perfect together. Hold together. No one's perfect, but we are perfect together.
And what is a kitchen clean without having to do a million dishes? I had done these the night before. I'm honestly getting in a really good routine of cleaning my house up at night. My husband, if he's home, will take the baby outside, the toddler outside, and then I clean up after dinner. And it really does help me out a ton. So I don't have a ton of dishes in the sink, but I do have dishes in the dishwasher. I gotta put everything away. But that's why my kitchen seems a little bit more tidy than usual. It's because I'm really working on trying to do a nightly reset, at least in my kitchen and at least in Malcolm's playroom every single night, so that we can have a good start in the morning. These windows needed a lot of love, so I'm bringing back my squeegee as well so I can make sure to get these cleaned up and looking good. We finally closed our pool for the summer. I know it seems early, doesn't it? But we're just so ready. It's getting a little bit cooler, and we just honestly don't have the time for it because my husband's going to be on a lot of projects working away from the home, and my daughter's in school and my son's working, so we're all just super busy, and we'd rather just go ahead and close it up than have it open and not being used.
Don't hesitate, stir up the wave. Don't make me wait, go on and on and on and on. A sweet escape between my legs. Chase me away, don't you stop. Why does it rain? How does it lie?
So I did a self clean on my oven the day before. Here is a look at the before. And I love doing a self clean on my oven. I can actually leave the racks of this oven on in there while it self cleans. And this is how it looks this morning. Everything is just ashy. So I'm going to pull out the grates and wipe everything down. And then yeah, it's ready to go, ready for me to be messy and overspill all my casseroles in the oven once again. In my old house, I used to wipe down the cabinets like almost daily because it was easy. I had like 5 cabinets. In this house, I have so many cabinets, and just where the appliances are, we get food spill and stuff everywhere. So I figured today would be a good day to go ahead and wipe all the faces of the bottom cabinets as well. And I would really like to make this into my weekly routine of wiping down the cabinet faces. I mean, I wipe as I go. If I notice there's a spill, I'll hurry up and get it and wipe it up. But sometimes I don't even notice that we have spills, and then it sits on there, and then since this is a painted cabinet, it's just, I don't know, it doesn't wipe off as well, and then it'll stay in the cabinet. But I'm just making my way on my knees on these rough stones around and just cleaning up the best I can.
Don't know where to waste my nights. You can come here, join a real low life. Hiding our heads on the pillows. Wonder what real friends are made of. Not gonna leave, been stuck for a while. Drinking from the get-go till I'm too small. Hiding my head on the pillows. Wonder what your friends are made of.
I have a new addition to my refrigerator. I got one of those acrylic weekly menus, and I absolutely love it. It helps plan out what we're having so everyone knows what's for dinner, and it has a little note section and a place to add groceries, especially with everyone having such crazy busy schedules. It's nice to know what's for dinner and what's the plan for the week. I also did not have time to deep clean my floors, so I'm just using my mop vac here. It's going to vacuum and mop everything just to kind of clean it as surface clean. As you can see, I desperately need to clean the grout. I battle these floors so badly. I can't stand these floors. We have been talking about doing maybe a peel and stick option. I just don't really like peel and stick personally. I know it's great. I know it's like rental friendly, and I just know that it's not really going to last that long, but we'll see, because we are not going to be taking these floors up for quite a while. That's on like a way longer phase, because eventually I'd like to put real hardwood floors down on the first level of the house, and so we would take up the laminate that we put down a couple years ago in the living room, and we would pull up this stone. It's going to be a lot of mess to like pull these stones up and like prep the floor and stuff, so that's not even on our radar. But I've been looking at a way to like make me not hate the kitchen floor, so that could be happening, maybe in the new year. putting some like peel and stick or something over these floors. It would definitely help me keep it cleaner, that's for sure. But here is the after. Everything is sparkling clean, and it just made me so happy. Everything smells good, everything looks good, there's no cobwebs. The table I'm going to be working on a little bit more. It definitely needs a top coat. But thank you so much for checking out this video, and hopefully it motivated you to tackle something in your home. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys next time.